Hey everyone, Steve here from the Evergreen Marketing Academy, and in this video I have something called offer grids, and this is a module inside the Digital Product Academy, a course that we have coming up for release in the weeks ahead. So as I said, this is a simplified version. The full version will be available inside that course. If you are interested in that course, please reach out and we will give you more information closer to the time of release of that product. So as I said, I want to touch on something in this video called offer grids. Now, this is something that I use in my online business to deliver products and services to our customers and clients. So first thing I want to look at is basically what is an offer grid. So this is something along the lines of a sales and marketing funnel. So if you have any experience of delivering products and services, whether that's offline, online, doesn't really matter. You are essentially bringing people into a sales and marketing funnel. So they will purchase a service once and then you will offer additional services or products after that initial service is paid for, whether that's immediate or whether you look further down the line to introduce those products and services to people. So when we're looking at a basic sales and marketing funnel, now, this is an example, again, if you've been around the marketing space for any length of time, whether you're new or old, experienced in this area or not, this is basically what a visitor flow looks like. So a funnel is basically, as I said, it's a flow. It's a trajectory of where you want your customers to go, whether this is before a purchase or whether this is after they make an initial purchase. So just like a funnel, it's wider at the top and then narrows the further down the funnel that you go. So when we're looking at this as a business model, then what we're essentially talking about is with our website, then the heaviest component or the largest component of people is going to be visitors to your site. Now, this could be obviously tens, hundreds, or thousands of people coming to your site a day. And obviously, as a result, they are in the majority. Now, visitors for us, obviously, they have no monetary value at the point of them entering our site. And again, don't feel afraid to talk about money when it comes to running your own business. That is why we're all in business, is to make money, to generate a profit so that we can live our lives the way that we see fit and the way that we want to be able to enjoy our lives whilst delivering good quality products and services to the people who invest in our business. Okay, so have no fear of talking about money. That is the most important part for a business, because without money coming in, then that business is going to cease to function. It's going to fail to be a viable option to continue on with if it's not producing a profit for you. So again, like I say, visitors come to our site and then basically they interact with an element on our site which allows them to become a subscriber. So what that means is they've given us their consent in some way or another for us to be able to contact them. Now, there's a bunch of ways in which we can do that. The most common one is to allow them to opt in to receive email correspondence from us. There are other ones like text messaging services or what we call push notifications. And there are ones as well which can include things like Facebook Messenger bots, so they can go on a sequence of messages delivered via Facebook Messenger. So I'm going to stick to the email one for the time being, because that is the most common one that is used. And you yourself have probably signed up to a number of these over the years, where you've gone to a site, you like what they have on offer, and they've incentivized you in some way or another to share your name and email address. And following that action that you complete, allowing them to do that, they will send you a bunch of emails, either over a predetermined sequence, or if you're a long-standing customer, they'll send you emails out as they have new information to share. Now, it can be as simple as signing up for a newsletter. It can be as simple as exchanging your name and email address in exchange for a coupon or a money off voucher on your first purchase. A lot of reasons why people sign up. But again, this is just a process that people go through to incentivize someone to share their details. So then you're able to go through the process of follow-up marketing. Now, at this stage, again, they don't have a monetary value for your business, because you are in the process of, through your email marketing sequences, trying to convince them to become a customer of your business. And you do that a number of ways by delivering, value, knowledge, and in that process, they begin to trust your business, that you are an expert or you are an authority on the topic for which you speak about, or they like your business model enough to want to be able to spend some money with you, whether it's buying a product or service from you. Now, obviously, once that first transaction is completed, they then become a customer of your business. Okay, so at the stage of them being a customer, that is when they have a monetary value for your business, because you know that they've spent money with you. And we have an additional sort of tier on ours, which means that they become clients. Now, again, not having any fear of talking about money. A status of a customer means they have spent money, and a status of client means they have spent over a certain volume of money, either in a single transaction or in multiple transactions with our business. And we distinguish the two because different marketing messages are sent to different statuses within our system. Okay. So for subscribers, the goal is to get them to become a customer. And when they become a customer, our goal is to move them towards a status of being a client. And again, as I said, that difference between customer and client is purely a monetary value for our business. Now, when we talk about sales and marketing funnels, we distinguish them very, very differently, but the core concepts are very, very similar. But when we're talking about a sales funnel, what we're talking about is an immediate trajectory. So an immediate offer of the next product in our funnel following a purchase. So if you think about this as an example of a food drive-through, let's give McDonald's as an example. So when they've made that initial purchase of buying a meal from us, when we talk about sales funnels, we're talking about immediately introducing a new offer to them upon the purchase of that first product. So it's a little bit different with a drive-through for food, where the immediate offer would be, would you like to make your meal a large one so you have a large drink and a large fries to go with your burger? Okay, so that is an immediate upsell on the offer that we've made them of buying that first meal. So there's your burger, your drink, and your fries. Would you like to make them large? And if you say yes, then you've immediately committed to an upsell. And then the final one after that purchase or that upsell that was completed, you will say to them, oh, we have a special offer on desserts. Because you've bought a large meal, then you get 50% off an ice cream or something along those lines. And again, that is another upsell in that process. But when we talk about marketing funnels, what we're essentially saying is, you've bought a meal with us, you've gone through the drive-thru, you've collected your meal, you've gone home, you've eaten it, and a week later we will say, we really hope you enjoyed your meal. Thank you very much for spending your money with us as a business. We appreciate your custom. What we have for you today is an offer. If you come back to us within the next 7 days, then we will give you a special deal on a large meal. Okay. And then again, if they come back, they take you up on that offer in the marketing funnel. Then a week later, from them consuming that large meal, again, we say, look, fantastic. You've bought our large meal. We really, really appreciate that business. It means a lot to us. Now, we really think that you would benefit from having an ice cream as a special offer from us right now. For the next 48 hours or 72 hours, we're running a special deal for people like you who've bought the large meal in the last 7 days. You can now get an ice cream for a discounted price. And we think that you will really enjoy this, and it will really add to the experience that you have with our business. Okay. So translate that into products and services. It's the same kind of thing. Now, when it comes to an offer grid, we need to work out what those things are going to be in the process of how we're going to deliver the offer. So when we talk about the front end offer, that is the initial meal. Then we have an upsell or an increased value product, so something which costs more but also delivers more value. Then we class those as mid-ticket. And then obviously when we're looking to sell the most expensive service at all, following the purchase of the first two items, in this case, let's say the ice cream costs a tremendous amount more money than the larger meal, then that would be what we would call our higher end. So that is our final product in our sales flow, in our funnel. And depending on how you get there, whether you use a sales funnel to offer those products and services immediately, or whether you use a marketing system and a marketing funnel to offer those products with a defined amount of time between the purchase of each one. So this is what an offer grid actually looks like, and these are the ones that we use in our business. Okay, so whenever we're planning to develop a product or service, this is the process that we go through. So we give the funnel a name, and that can be anything that you want it to be. And then we look at the column structure. So as I touched on briefly, we have FE, which is front end. We have MT in the middle column, which is mid-ticket. And then we have HE in the final column, which is high end. And you can see as we work across the grid, obviously across the row, then we have a single dollar sign. We have a double dollar sign and a triple dollar sign in each of the following boxes. Now that basically means that we increase the cost of acquisition, or we increase the investment that's required in order to purchase one of those services. We also deliver a lot more value, or we share a lot more of our time into the product that we're actually delivering at that point to the customer. Okay. So the increase in value is justified by more time of hours being put into the product, or there can be more content, more tools, more whatever it is that you want to give to the customer for the investment that they've made. So when we're talking about front end, mid-ticket, and high end, basically front end is a simple product. So this can be a book, an ebook, or a mini course. And again, the topics for these can be whatever you're skilled at. So whatever your topic of expertise is, then you would create a simple product around this, whether, like I say, it's an ebook, which can be a 7-day plan for something. If you're doing a mini course and you're in the fitness industry, for example, it can be a 10-part video series that is pre-recorded that they can consume at their own convenience. And this is the lower end of that product value. And we'll talk about pricing in just a minute on the next slide. But this is, like I say, a minimal example of what you're able to produce for your online business. Now, number 2 is mid-ticket. What we do with these is we expand the front end program and we offer what's known as more verticals. So that basically means that we dive deeper into a subject matter. We look deeper into a topic that we're sharing on the front end. And we've basically done more research and got more information, more training, more in-depth training, more strategy than would be released on the front end product. So if you like, number 1, front end is a taster. It allows somebody to learn and to implement and get results. And then number 2 has a much more strategic element to it, where we go deeper into the reasons, the psychology behind why we teach what we teach and why we share what we share. And again, these are things that are universal. You can apply these across any particular marketplace. Just think of an example of when you see courses online or when you see courses in universities and colleges, then they usually have a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced. So if you think about the structure in that same kind of format, where 1 is a beginner course, so it introduces you to the idea of something. Number 2 is an intermediate, so it assumes that you've consumed a level 1 and you have the basic knowledge in place. And then number 2 expands on that, teaches you more in-depth techniques, strategies, tactics, or whatever, and goes, like I say, deeper into that topic or into that subject matter. And it also can involve some or more of your time than the front end. So we talked about the front end being a pre-recorded mini course. The second one, which is a mid-ticket product, can be something that does actually involve some of your time live. Or, like I say, if you're already giving time live in the front end, then it can be more time to offer in that mid-ticket product. So if, for example, you offered a 2-hour Q&A type session with the front-end product, then maybe you could do a monthly Q&A for 3 months with the purchase of a mid-ticket product. So obviously that's more of your time. Like I say, a 2-hour Q&A every month would total up to 6 hours. So you could invest 6 hours into a mid-ticket product, which is obviously an extra element to that course. And then number 3 is high end. Now, this is essentially where we talk about the premium level offering that your business has to offer on that subject matter. It doesn't have to be the complete of everything, but it can be a really in-depth strategy for a particular matter that you've talked about in product 1 and product 2. Now, this is essentially where someone who has already gone through 1, already gone through 2, and 3 is that advanced level program where we're really sort of knuckling down into the nuts and bolts of the full understanding. We're talking about full strategy implementation from start to finish. We're talking about tutorials that really cover everything that someone would need to know in depth. So it's basically like an answer all questions about this particular subject matter that someone could need. And a customer who goes through a high-end product should invest in that program and be basically wowed by the content that you have to share and the strategies that you have to share and the things that they're able to learn and take away from that course to go and implement in their own business. So it needs to be essentially creme de la creme of your product that you have on offer. Now, when we talk about pricing for our products, this is an example that we use in our business when it comes to looking at producing offer grids. So product 1, as I said, is that low-end front-end product for our business. This is our beginner course. Now, what we offer on these is a pricing range of $9 all the way up to $97. And you can translate this into your own currency. And obviously, you can adjust your pricing depending on where you are in the world to basically to work out what you feel that your product is worth, and then you go and put the content in there to ensure that you can justify the value of that course by what you're putting out there. And it's how you position yourself in the marketplace as well. So like I say, this is our pricing range for front-end products. It's $9 to $97. And then when we look at our mid-ticket, so this is the upper level front-end product. As I said, it's an expansion on that front-end product where we have more verticals. We go deeper into that marketplace. Then we will put a pricing range on that of from $97 to $497 for that product or service. And then we look at product 3, which is obviously the advanced level, which means that it's more advanced than 1 and 2 and offers a lot more insights into why we teach what we teach and how we teach it, and the full sort of implementation process of a particular strategy in a business. And we will look at those as an upper level mid-ticket program all the way through to that high-end program. And we ourselves see our pricing our products between $497 and $10,000. Now, we don't have $10,000 product programs inside of our business, but that is where we would range it to. And we all have, we have ideas about how we can release that, but it's up to you to be able to justify why something would cost so much to charge a customer. And essentially, I suppose, not for them to see it as a charge, but for them to see it as more of an investment. So if you think about an example of, let's say a business is doing $100,000 a year in revenue, then you would charge them, let's say, that $10,000, which is essentially for them a 10% investment of their revenue that they produce in a year. Now, if you released a simple strategy that they can implement in their business that sees them return $30,000 on that simple strategy that you shared with them, then effectively they're receiving a 30% gain in their annual revenue because of a strategy that they learned from investing $10,000 in your teaching or your high-end program. So you can see how a $10,000 investment can turn into a $30,000 return for them. Then it's going to make perfect sense for them to be able to invest that money in themselves and in their business in order to get that return. And that could be one of maybe 5 or 6 different strategies that you're teaching. And if they don't have an element in their business, then the profit they can make from introducing something new can really be a game changer for those businesses in terms of the revenue that they're able to generate from their existing customer base. So what you want people to do, as I said, is you want people to see this as an investment rather than an expense that they need for their business. Now, what I want you to have a look at is, again, I want to go back to this product grid. Now, I want you to be able to look at this and think that you have an idea for an online business and a product that you want to release. Now, I want you to have a look at this and think about how you can break this down from a mini course to a full course with more verticals, and then a high-end program where you can really make an impact on someone's life. So the higher end program, like I say, it doesn't matter what you're in. If you think about this as a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced, then you can break this up into 3 different courses, obviously with just the in-depth training being more as they go down through the system. And I want you to do this because it's a strategic moment for your business. So whether you have products or services available right now or not, that's almost irrelevant. If you are looking at teaching a subject matter, then I want you to position yourself in your mind. If you are not already there, then I want you to think about yourself being an expert in that topic, and you're 18 months or 2 years into business, and you already have thousands of customers. You're generating the money from your business that you want to be earning. I want you to think about introducing a new product to the market just as a normality. You've done this a dozen times before. This is your new product. What's it going to be? What are you going to offer on the front end? What are you going to offer as the mid-ticket? And what are you going to offer as the high-end program? And again, you don't have to follow our pricing structure. You could essentially have a front end and an upsell to that front end product, which can just be, again, more verticals, and I charge a higher price for it, and then charge a higher price again for more of your time, more verticals, more strategy, or something that somebody can get more results from. So to give you an example, if you're in the health and fitness industry, for example, then the front one can be a 10-part video series about helping someone to do the basics of exercise from home. And then you have an add-on to that program, which can be more in-depth workouts or more effective workouts, so they can achieve their goals much quicker of either achieving a certain degree of weight loss. And then you can have an add-on again then, which would be a nutritional guide to help someone. So they've got the physical exercise part, and the add-on is going to be a nutritional program that they can follow alongside their sort of fitness goals to help them reach those targets much faster. Okay, so that gives you a simple idea of how this funnel can work. And again, if you're not sure about where you want to go with it, then look at the the perfect scenario for a course that you can release and then break it up into beginner, intermediate, and advanced strategies and price them all, sub $100. So you have a low cost, low risk front end offer that someone would invest in to get a good experience with that product. They're more likely to buy product 2. And again, if they learn a lot and they can implement a lot of what you're teaching and sharing from the middle course, then they're far more likely again to invest in the higher level course where they can learn the advanced strategies that that you can share from the experience that you have on this particular subject matter. So this, like I say, is a strategic moment for you in your business. I want you to plot your path for creating those products. I want you to be able to have a look at creating your very first front end product within the next 30 to 60 days. And then I want you to look at following 30 to 60 days at creating that next product in your system to be able to offer as, say, again, something as an upsell to that front end product. Now, this can be for real, or you can be having hopes and dreams as to where you want to be and what type of products that you want to create. So this can be a draft. And again, as I said, it can be a dream. So where you think you might be going. And it's absolutely okay if this changes between now that you're plotting it out. You may have different ideas once you've created that front end product to what you want to offer as the add-on or as the upsell for your mid-ticket program. So again, this is something that can be fluid, but you do need to put it down on paper or into a computer system where you're able to look back on it and go, okay, this is actually where I need to be going. This is actually where my skill set is going to be most effective. And this is where I can get the best results for the customers and the clients that I'm serving for my business. And this is actually a way that I can make more profit for my business. That's going to allow me to develop more products and services and keep my business afloat and making a good profit from the work that we do, because we're changing lives through the products that we go on to create for our business and for our customers to consume. So that is the end of this module. I hope that you've had some insights from it about what we talk about when we are saying offer grids, and obviously how you can plot those out, how you can implement those in your business, and you've got something to take away from this training video. So thank you again for watching. As I said, this is a module released inside our Digital Product Academy. This is a product soon to be released to the market in the coming weeks ahead. If this is something that interests you and you want to find out more information, then you can get in touch with us and we will let you know closer to the time when this product goes live so that you can jump in and start creating your own digital products from the teachings inside our Academy training. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Bye for now.